Hello, everybody, and welcome to CTN Sports Game of the Week. I'm Nick the Jinx Wisniewski, along with Kevin the Mayor Bryant on hallowed Hallway Field for a homecoming matchup, Pioneers and the visiting Dexter Dreadnoughts. Kevin, what are we looking at tonight?
I'm looking for somebody to reschedule the homecoming game. You do not bring in a team like Dexter for your homecoming game. But let's look on the bright side, okay? Pioneer moved up in the rankings this week because of some forfeits by Saline. So they're actually tied for second place in the SEC Red, going up against this Dreadnought team that is led by a big running back, Ronnie Johnson. I think things that are going to happen tonight are just big plays. I mean, that's what we've seen the last couple of years from him.
You can count on big plays for sure, and hopefully they'll be for the Pie High on their homecoming.
Thank you.
Only one way to find out. Stick around, kickoff coming up right after this. And as advertised, folks, 5-0 Dexter Dreadnoughts on top of the SEC Red. Pioneers sporting that 4-1 record here going into homecoming. Kev, and we got some fan support over there from Pie High. It's looking good.
It's looking good. It looks like it almost is a pink out, maybe for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. I mean, it's a good homecoming crowd. The band was fantastic to get things going. This is the atmosphere. Perfect Friday night lights. Look at that. That sun is now. It's not in our cameraman's eyes. We're ready to go.
Yeah, this is a little bit of a later start for what it's worth, starting at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
You got that time down now, the way that they do the fake kick.
Love it. It is my favorite thing. Doesn't grind my gears at all. And here's the real kickoff going off to the right, fielded by number 9 for Dexter. That's Jack Saylor. Picks up a few, gets to about the 30-yard line, and the Dreadnoughts will get things going here tonight.
It looked like the kicker, Grant Goodrich, on that was aiming that way. It didn't look like he was trying to kick it deep. It looked like he picked a player out and kicked it to that direction.
Yeah, I completely agree with that assessment. It sure felt that way, and that they were picking maybe not like a person per se, but we want to kick it to this spot, and now everybody knows that's where we're going. All right, under center for the Dreadnoughts will be Cooper Arnett Jr. Arnett. Arnett back to pass, but he's almost sacked. That one tossed right to a defensive lineman of Pioneer. Referee is saying no go.
They say that went down on the ground?
I think they're saying that one hit the ground.
Man, that's causing a cramp on the guy that grabbed it, number 65. But what a play there by Cooper Arnett. I mean, good heads-up play to get the ball out of your hands, but this isn't where you want to throw it if you're a quarterback. And it looked like that was out of Jackson's hands, so it wasn't incomplete. It's bang-bang play for us.
Yeah, and I don't know about Arnett. He just needs to eat that and go down, take the sack, no big deal. Nice defensive start for the Pioneers. Handoff here tackle behind the line of scrimmage. That's Ronnie Johnson on the carry. Nothing doing, 31 with the tackle there. Napier for the Pioneers. And this is the type of emotional start. This is why you kick away in the first half. This is what Pioneer wanted. Their defense looks jazzed up now.
Yeah, and both plays we've seen the defensive line for the Pioneers really just cut through that offensive line for Dexter.
And that back to pass, calm, cool, and collected up the middle with Ronnie Johnson. Johnson makes the catch, brings it down, burst down, dreadnoughts. Everything about that was crisply executed.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's supposed to be doing that. He's got the legs, he's got the feet. Now he's showing off the hands. This is just not fair. Look at where this ball is thrown. It was thrown to only one player, and it didn't look like Arnett looked around to anyone, just threw the ball up the seam. That, I think, comes from coaching and looking at film.
Arnett from the shotgun hands it right back to Ronnie Johnson, but he's brought down behind-ish from that defensive lineman. And right now, stout defensive line play for the Pioneers.
Yeah, we talked before the game that Arnett, look at this pass right on the money. I love the way it was thrown because it must have been a pre-read before the play, two high safeties, so it's a split in there at the middle.
And like you said, he threw that only where Johnson could catch it.
Only he could grab it.
Arm from shotgun. Play action. He's going to try to make a move. He's got some feet on him too, but he's spins away from a guy, pulls up an extra 5 yards kind of out of nowhere. Got that trajectory sling forward, and that's going to be another first down for Dexter.
Man, what happened on this play? Check out Henry Westfall, number 62 for the Pioneers. He has a direct shot right here, and he kind of just whiffs on the play. And then Arnett gets another 5 yards on the good effort.
Yeah, almost felt slingshotty. Arnett now throws it off to the side, over into, I believe that's Jaden Juback. Juback brought down about the 5-yard line, and Dexter, despite this heavy pressure from the Pioneers, their offense just keeps clicking along.
Well, we said the last couple of weeks Dexter's put up about 50 points. So it's not like this is something that they're not accustomed to doing, but Arnett is just confident out there on the field. What a field general.
Arnett handoff left side, run for Ronnie Johnson, takes a minor shot, but still dances into the end zone. That's touchdown Dexter.
We get to hear the old dreadnought touchdown sounder. And it was all Ronnie Johnson. It was one play that he did not touch the ball, and that was a scramble by Arnett. Here on the sweep coming around, he was in the end zone before his touch.
I see our ace camera folks and our director down there keeping a close eye on the gong. That was
Trey Kerr on the extra point to put the Dreadnoughts up 7-0. And I tell you, Nick, it was just what we thought was going to happen. A lot of Johnson. And if you're a Pioneer coaching staff, you had to understand that that's exactly the way the ship goes for Dexter. They give the ball to Ronnie Johnson.
Well, and now the trick will be for the Pioneers to put together a strong drive themselves. They don't even necessarily have to score, although that would clearly be optimal, but they can't go 3 and out and quick and put their defense back on the field right like this. It'd be a long, long night for the Pioneers if their defense just has to continually deal with this. Pioneers, dark jerseys, dark helmets, white pants. There's the gong. We had a text thread going on earlier in the week. I strongly declared if they didn't bring the gong, I was not doing this game.
Well, the gong looks a little shiny today, too, boy. It looks like they really hasn't been putting any dents on it this year, maybe.
That one kicked off into the end zone. Look at that glorious colors down on the end zone. That camera guy down there is doing his job well.
First quarter.
That camera person needs a raise. But you're right, Nick, about the Pioneers. They need a sustained drive here, give their defense a break, as well as put some confidence into the entire team. Let them know that this game has just begun. This is our homecoming. We want to get out of here with a dub.
Yeah, you're spot on there. Here we got Pioneer quarterback coming out of the gun. He's got 2 right, man and a motion to his right. Short screen pass. I like that. I like a nice little easy start. That's to Hamada Al-Kakani there, makes the catch. Maybe gets about 1-2 yards on that play.
Yeah, and that's a nice safe pass to get the quarterback going. Ryan Lon looks like the junior in at quarterback, number 9. Kind of tough to read that number, but those are the type of passes that can get you in a rhythm.
Yeah, it's funny. You and I were both leaning forward, squinting a smidge. Like, what is that number? What is that number? His jersey's askew a bit. Maybe we could do something about that font next season on those jerseys as well. We'll talk to somebody about that. Lon snaps shotgun, pass up the middle, another quick one. El Kakani, quick hands, tries to make a move, no go, but a few more yards for the Pioneers. And these nice, safe, I'm not going to call them easy passes. There's no easy passes, but these nice, safe passes are exactly what you want.
And check out the timing here. It is a bang-bang play, almost like a pop pass on that quick slant coming in. When you spread the defense out like that, there's opportunities for those, almost like a long run play.
3rd and short, 2 yards now. Oh, and they're trying to get Dexter off sides, and I believe there might have been neutral zone infraction there, and that's exactly what the Pioneers were going for, and they get what they wanted on
Man, I hope they do call this as offsides, a neutral zone penalty, because hard counts is a play. I keep preaching that every single 3rd down that I am on the mic. Hey, even on a 4th down, too, on a punt, you scream, somebody's going to jump.
Right, you are, and as we saw there, that hard count, they got 2 to jump, 2 to
right
go.
in front of the ball, 31, you can't do that. You're right in front of the ball over the nose of the center. You're the nose guard, Clayton. You don't do that.
1st down now for the Pioneers. They'll be scrimmaging from their 33-yard line. Line gets that one, hands it off. Push up the middle, 2 yards.
This is a good start for the Pioneers. You know, every play has been going forward, and for Coach Griggs, this is what you want. You don't want that high-powered offense for Dexter on the field. A lot of people say, oh, we need to throw the ball up. We need to score fast. No, this is a chess match. You want to take time and move your pieces to allow that Dexter team to get bored on the sideline over there.
Yeah, that's a great call, great assessment of what they need to do. And we saw Dexter's offense just bang, 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 bang. A lot of no huddle. Whereas the Pioneers, they've got no problem. Everybody stops. Everybody's looking in. Hey, what's the play? Are we all on the same page? Cool. We've got 35 seconds to figure this out. Let's take all of it.
And you want to find out, if you're the Pioneer coaching staff, how well and strong and stout that Dexter defense is. You've got a lot of W's under your belt as well too. You're on your home field, and you're not trying to, put point for point. You're trying to win the game. Not sure what the delay is. Looks like a big conversation going on the sideline over there with Coach Griggs of the Pioneers. I'm not sure what the problem could be after that play.
Well, yeah, you said it. Coach Griggs was over there a moment ago. Now he's kind of wandering away from whatever the discussion is.
Yeah, it looks like that's the offense.
Set to 8:05.
Okay,
see, sometimes they let us know when we're thinking, right?
Yep, that's good for everybody there. So there was just a clock reset. They had to put an extra 20 seconds back on the clock. Now 8:05 to go here in this
Pioneer
quarter.
needs every second they need in this game too, right?
A little more time wouldn't hurt is probably what you're thinking, especially if you're down 7 early. Line 3 white. And that one is nearly picked off by the defensive back, number 13 for Dexter, Kyle Sislow.
Yeah, Sislow read that perfectly. It looked like Dexter was in a zone because the eyes are in the backfield. Nobody is turning and running. And that play kind of looked like the quarterback knew where he was going and was just trying to get the ball out pretty quick.
Yeah, Sislow did a great job jumping the route there. Could see that the whole way. And I think that's the issue with Lon right now is he can't get dialed into one player too much because these linebackers, these defensive backs are going to be all over that. You're going to have to look off your player once or twice, or you're going to have to make that pass a lot quicker. Lon now still looking to the right side, but he ducks in and is brought down by some really big kids from Dexter.
Yeah, now we know why Lon was getting the ball out so fast. Coming in there was Sorby. Chance Sorby was one of the dreadnoughts that was laying on top of Lon there. It looks just like, if we take a look at that, he just didn't have any time. It looks like his first guy's covered, and he just didn't have any time to even look for the second guy, Nick.
Yeah, after that first pump fake, it was kind of game over for him. That pocket collapsed really fast, and all he could do was crumble up underneath 2 or 3 Dexter's dudes. Here comes a punt away, and there was definitely a hand or a chest on that ball, but still managed to get out, I don't know, about 20-some yards.
A little bit extra wind by the Pioneer players trying to get it going. That was almost a roughing the kicker running into the kicker. The punter needs to drop that ball a lot faster on that time because that could have been a big disaster.
Well, Dexter had seemingly 2 players up in front of him, and they weren't. It wasn't even a dive. They were just running straight past out.
And look at this replay of this. On the outside there, number, what is that, 11 or something? I couldn't even see his number. He came in so fast. But, again, untouched, unblocked. Those are things that you got to fix on the sideline. You got to get your players in the right position.
And that one tipped up after Arnaud lets go of that one. And number 12, almost a pickoff opportunity there. Houston McCoy nearly got there, but that started from the pressure coming in on Arnett.
Yeah, last year we said McCoy's name a lot, but he was playing up on the line. This time he's playing back in the DB, kind of a linebacker, maybe even a cornerback position there. Comes off of his man, and, you know, that ball's just hanging in the air so long. He just needed a second longer.
Second down now for the Dreadnoughts. Of course, Ronnie Johnson not brought down initially, but the tackler, number 0, that's Dumbuya, stayed with it, did a great job of holding on and bringing him down.
Yeah, that was 0 on 0, and Dumbuya, the first play of the game, he burst through into the backfield. Again, he is exploiting the Dexter Dreadnought offensive lineman, number 70. He just bounced right off of him, and he let Johnson know who made that play.
Now unfamiliar territory for the Dreadnoughts. 3rd and long. Unfamiliar, but not usually an issue for them. They've got 4 wide, and Johnson coming off the side. Arnett finds his man right in the middle, right across the 50, and crosses into first down territory down at about the 38, and seemingly easy 3rd and long pickup for Dexter.
Yeah, easy because of the poise of the quarterback in the pocket that time. Stood tall, found his man, and really delivered a beam right on the money here. Watch this pass. Just right in stride. And
Jack DeMerrill there, junior Jack DeMerrill. Arnett play action, couple of steps back, tries to get it over to Johnson, tackled immediately. But, man, this Dexter offense just keeps humming along.
Yeah, Craig Newman, though, for the Pioneers, Nick, you got to watch him on this replay. He's the middle linebacker in this 4-3 set or 3-4 set. He was a play side linebacker. He really read that screen out and just mucked it up.
2nd and 7 or 8.
He comes right through on the left side and just dips back into the zone.
Dumbuya coming in on that one again as well. Arnett play fake there, gets around. He can burn you in a lot of ways. He's got that poise back there. He can throw, he can run, he can just do a little bit of everything.
Yeah, I want to call him a dual threat quarterback, but they don't really run an offense for a dual threat quarterback. This is a read option there. Great job of faking to draw the defender away from him, saw a lane and exploited it. Those 2 right there, that's trouble for a lot of teams.
Oh, just nightmares for defensive coordinators all across Washtenaw County and beyond. First and 10 once again for Dexter. But, man, this Pioneer D-line does not quit, doesn't give up, and they're trying to exploit every tiny weakness that they can. Sack for the Pioneers, and it'll be 2nd and long.
Yeah, it looks like there might be a flag on the play because officials are gathering together. Wonder if there was a problem with the formation.
But still, 2 of those Pioneer players, it's not even just one guy at a time anymore. The Pioneers are getting close on multiple guys.
Well, you saw McCoy comes from the top, and he's just a straight blitz. And Johnson, he took the inside guy. That's the biggest threat. McCoy, though, his speed took him right to the quarterback, and that penalty was just a sideline violation on Dexter. They needed to get out of the way.
Introduce to you the coaching
and timeout, I believe, Dexter on that one. And Coach Phil Jacobs has got to get down there and maybe have a little chat about his pass protection.
Yeah, because I mean, it's really been a difference as far as the Pioneer defensive line. They're bringing 3, sometimes 4 with the blitzer, but they're making plays happen on this Pioneer defense.
And they're giving a lot of different looks, like you mentioned. With that 3-4, you can bring in the outside linebackers. You can get guys coming in from the inside. Lots of options here for Fall Sports Game of the Week. We got a lot of football coming up.
Yeah, we're going to have that city championship determined in the next 2 weeks with Pioneer going against Skyline, and then, of course, the classic, the Huron Pioneer one.
Yeah, that one's got to be bringing up the end of the season, of course. Love to see that. I know that one holds a special place in your heart.
Oh, definitely.
Arnett now lots of time here. Gets off to the right. I think we're going to have a hold on 74, but that's Owen Winder. That one is caught by Jaden Juback.
Everybody knows this one's coming back, though. You can even tell the crowd isn't screaming because with that tissue and the backfield like that, and it looks like, I think, we want to check on the replay of this, 72 called his own number. He looked at the sideline and said, that wasn't on me.
Yeah, Juback made that catch. It was a nice catch, turned around and almost didn't feel like going into the end zone because, like you said, everybody down there.
How about Arnett, though? Watch how he keeps his eyes down the field. The holding comes at the bottom of the screen here, number 44. He's trying to get loose. He gets pulled down. And then look at Arnett. Before he goes over the line of scrimmage, has the wherewithal to keep his eyes downfield. And, man, what a toss.
42-yard line.
Second and a long 18. A daunting task for most teams, but for Dexter, this is just this random Friday night.
This is a scrimmage for them. Now, I wonder how they're going to call this because the Pioneers kind of approached the line of scrimmage like they were going to blitz. Dexter reacts. So are they going to call it on Pioneer for coming towards the line of scrimmage? Or are they going to call it for Dexter on a false start?
Dexter seems to have no problem. They're backing themselves up. They feel like they know it's on them. So that's going to be another 5 for the Dreadnoughts.
Hey, if I'm the Pioneer defense and this is how I need to do it, I'm going to keep doing it. Get him to jump off sides. Give him a penalty. Make it a messy football game.
And that's exactly right. When things get mucked up that way, when it is a messy game, that's always advantage underdog.
And that's why even when they get back on offense, I want to see some crazy plays out of the offense. Not this, hey, we're going to overpower you type of offense. Let's do some trick plays.
Second and 32 now for the Dreadnoughts. Arnett under pressure one more time. Spins away from one, but the whole scrum ends up in his business. And they're going to call that one down play at about the 45. And, man, this Pioneer pass rush is really getting the job done.
Yeah, and if you saw Coach Phil Jacobs, he's halfway onto the field yelling at his offensive lineman to block. I mean, that was a great rush by the Pioneer. They are shredding this Dreadnought defensive line, and the extra pressure is really helping.
Well, and that was just a come-all blitz, too, because they had the 3 guys up the line. It seemed like they blitzed 3 linebackers as well. Arnett just didn't have time to do anything before he saw all those dark helmets rolling in after him.
I love what Coach Griggs' defense is doing right now because they're sitting back. They're dictating with their pressure. They're showing what we can do and wanting to figure out if Dexter is faced pressure like this all year.
3rd and 41. Play action. Arnett looking like he's going to try to get it all on one play. That one caught by Juback on the sideline. Brought down, but he's still a country mile away from the first.
Yeah, but they're on this side of the 50. I wouldn't doubt if they go for it here on 4th down because you're only going to pick up 15 yards on a punt if it goes out of the end zone.
Yeah, exactly right. You're in that what some people categorize as the maroon zone at this point. So not a terrible idea. Like we said, just go for it. But we've got laundry on the field.
Got a flag on the play.
Boy,
Laundry
Dexter
on the field, and one of the guys with the sticks is going all the way back, too. Yeah, that one. They're going to call a hold on the Dreadnoughts after that big play to Jaden Juback, and that's soul-crushing.
You know what? I really want to think this, and you can see it on the bottom of the screen there. There was holding because the lineman, number 31, it was that McCoy or Napier, was trying to get through, and there was 2 Dreadnought players with their hands all over his jersey, and this is going to be a 3rd in the field.
They're still going back. If the scoreboard is to be believed, It's 3rd and 51. I am not sure if I've ever seen that in high school sports or even college.
They might have it in the playbook, though.
I mean, there's still 2 plays to get it.
Zeros out there.
Yeah. Let's see what the Dreadnoughts can draw up. They hand it to Johnson, just like you said, but that defensive line continues to impress. Big tackle by Napier.
Napier's been, I mean, it's not Napier, it's been McCoy on the other side. Those two have really made life difficult for the Dreadnoughts. That was just their 2nd drive, and it seemed like they had the ball forever.
And I'm looking down at my score sheet right now. Shamonte Napier, freshman.
You're kidding.
Says 9 next to his.
Whoa.
Once again, if that is to be believed, that's really something. Punt away, low stinger of a
Get
punt
out of the
for
way.
Dreadnoughts.
That's fire.
That's right.
Still didn't make it to the first down on that punt.
Hutchinson's punt.
That's how far of a fourth down it was.
That's how distant that first down was. That first down was just an idea. It was a concept. It wasn't even like a real thing down there.
You can't write up a better series if you're the defense for Pioneer. I mean, the Dreadnoughts were out there. They had big plays, so they got a little bit tired on these big plays, but they came back. They had to walk back. They were 3rd and 51. That's what you need now. Don't go conventional on offense. Go crazy on offense. Do some reverses. Don't try to go up the field through the middle on this team, Pioneers.
That's right. The home faithful for Pie High, hoping for something big to build on the momentum of those stops.
And what do?
Simple handoff up the middle. Maybe they're saving the crazy stuff for the 2nd quarter. Maybe they're saving the crazy stuff for the second
That's just
half.
not going to get it done, though. I mean, there was wall after wall after wall of Dreadnought defenders waiting on that play, and that's just a give-up down. You might as well tell the official on the sideline, can you put it at 2nd down? Because I'm not going to get anything on this play.
They definitely ran into that wall. That would have been a nice place for a read option because, like you said, everybody could see that was going nowhere as soon as the ball got handed off. So, yeah, the quarterback could pull that one back and maybe look for somebody if they've got that one in the playbook right now. Another handoff up the gut.
I'm sorry, my head's getting a little red up here because it's banging against the wall. What are you doing, Coach Griggs? This is not how you beat this squad. I mean, that's the strength of the defense for the Dreadnoughts is in between the tackles. That's all I'm saying, Nick.
So we still got 1:25 to go here in this quarter, but is the idea maybe wear down that defensive line? We see how big they are. We see
they didn't get worn down on those 2 plays.
Maybe
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying, but the run game does help, but you don't, I mean, go the same play to the other side.
Let's see what Pioneer draws up here. Play action on that one. Rolls to his right, has a man up the middle, but I know they're going to call pass interference there. And as advertised, that's clearly a pass interference.
See, that's what I'm talking about. When you can throw the ball, sometimes you don't even have to catch the ball to get positive yardage out of the play. And this is what happens. You do something different. You throw the ball down the field, and there was definitely contact before the ball got there. We saw that, and it's exactly how Coach Griggs has to do this unconventional style.
Well, and to be fair to offensive play calling, we can see one more time the play action there off to the left. Lon rolls to his right. We've got that contact there right at about the 30-yard line. That play doesn't happen the same way without those first 2 run plays, but nonetheless, that's going to be a penalty on the Pioneers.
They called an illegal man downfield. Oh, wow. I mean, we got to take a look at that. I mean, that play didn't happen too long. Look at Coach Griggs. He's halfway on the field. You can see him down there in the light purple. I mean, he's trying to get the attention of the official. They would not look over at him. Take a look at this. Did we see any linemen go downfield? Why is the tackle 15 yards up the field?
It's a pass 10 play. Yards out, yep. So the Pioneers forced to punt away on 4th and 9, and that one almost blocked almost as easily as the first one there.
Yeah, number 7 came in, and Grant Goodrich went right off of his feet. And that was the play before. But Goodrich went right off of his feet on the block, and you can see. Look at the lineman.
Yeah,
he looked like a receiver downfield, actually.
Right. He might have been looking for a pass play there.
The tackle Ruski. Oh, look at that, Coach Mikos.
That's your boy, right?
Yeah, he's an old Pioneer guy that I had to beat.
I'm sure you've never mentioned it either.
Nah, not to him.
So that's never come up in
when I see him, he says, Bryant. You know that I'm stuck in his head. I love it.
Dreadnought scrimmage from the 50-yard line. Handoff Ronnie Johnson. Johnson makes one man miss before he gets to most likely, a little short of a first down, I believe.
That's what Dexter wants to do, give Ronnie Johnson the ball and let him do his magic for Pioneers. And missed tackles, those are things you can't have tonight.
Well, and I'm curious if the Dreadnoughts are going to pull away from the pass game, not to take away from anything that Arnett can do, but why bother? Just keep handing the ball off. That takes away the blitz.
And that takes away those holding calls, too.
Exactly right. There's Johnson to the left side, gets around that three-man front for the Pioneers, picks up the first down and then some down to the 34-yard line.
Wow, McCoy lays into him at 12. Watch Houston McCoy come across the defense and put Johnson on his backside. Woo!
Stayed up, too. Well, actually, he mostly stayed up.
Yeah, actually, let me check that. That was Christian Gray. Or Gary, I'm sorry.
That will do it for the first quarter of play. Back and forth action, a lot seen so far, but a lot still to go here on CTN Sports Game of the Week.
Dexter 7 and Arbor nothing.
The Ann Arbor Farmers Market, located at 315 Detroit Street, proudly brings fresh produce, beverages, artisan items, and more to the community all year. Our 105-year-old market is producer only, featuring 125 vendors from Michigan. At market, you will find seasonal fruit and vegetables, mushrooms, herbs, farm fresh eggs, flowers, plants, honey, coffee, jewelry, art, and so much more. Market tokens for credit, debit, mobile pay, and Double Up food bucks can be purchased at our market office trailer. The market is open year-round, from 7 to 3 on Wednesdays and Saturdays through December. Between January and April, it will be open on Saturdays only, from 8 to 3. Learn more about the long and unique history of our market at a2gov.org/market.
Feeding off of each other, and there's Micah Powell for three high, and that one rattles in. Are you kidding me? Holloway Field on a Friday night. Is there a more fun place to be? Possibly, but this is still pretty great.
Oh, it's
I'm
nice.
pretty excited to be here with you, Kevin Bryant, here. Can you sum up that first quarter for us?
You know, it was one huge drive, the opening drive by the Dreadnoughts, where they just sliced through the Pioneer defense, but kudos after that to the Pie High gang. They showed up and said, okay, let's make this a football game.
Arnett has a man wide open up the middle, caught, and that's going to be touchdown Cole Navarra. And the Dreadnoughts strike again.
Nathan Gersh, we said Gersh's name a couple times last year. This might be coming back, though. Everybody's walking back slowly, and you can see the tissue in the backfield, Nick. Man, you hit the nail on the head. If we had a camera in here during the between the first and second quarter, you broke it down. You said Dexter went to the passing game to open up the running game, and it was because they were having so many penalties, and look what happens right here.
Yeah, another penalty. That one's coming back. That's the second touchdown pass that the Dreadnoughts have had to take off the board. It's just run the ball.
Hey, no, you know what, though? I want to say kudos to the sideline over there, the coaches. They must be talking about what's going on out there on the field. They have to be saying, they're holding our guys, because I haven't seen a game this year with this many penalties.
No, the penalties have been the defining factor of this first half so far, and the Dreadnoughts have got to overcome, and the Pioneers are more than happy to have it keep going. But, man, Arnett just keeps chugging along no matter what. Play action to Johnson, throws it up in the middle, I think he was waiting for his man to get there, but that was just off timing route a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know if that was a bad route or just a bad throw, because Arnett threw this ball like he saw somebody open there, but there was nobody in the vicinity, or maybe just fluttered over Gersh's head there, because, I mean, he was the only person in the vicinity. 2 receivers, but the ball was not catchable, I don't think.
Yeah, Jansen was the only player around, and he's the safety for the Pioneers, so he nearly came up with that one.
And these penalties keep putting Dexter behind the chains, which is great for the Pioneers.
Yeah, it's tough to do your run the ball game plan when it's 2nd and 20 or 3rd and 51 or whatever the heck that was in the first quarter. And another man coming in on Arnett. He can't stop it. And now we've got more flags a-flying.
Wow, those flags came so late. They had to be induced by the sideline or even the crowd. I mean, they got flags all over the field, Nick.
They're everywhere. They're downfield, down by the 20, where it could be a possible pass interference. There could be some holding. There could be some other
lineman downfield.
Could be everything.
I mean, look at 74. He's not easy. He can't be down that far. Come on now. That's an easy penalty.
There's a lot to discuss.
And the ball wasn't even by a receiver, so it wasn't any. So throw pass interference out the window. Here we go. Legal man downfield. Of course, we knew that call.
You called that one. You saw that a mile away.
Interference, though. So we're going to get offsetting.
Penalties are offsetting.
At the end of the day, Pioneers will take that.
They're winning because they're frustrating now, this Dexter offense. An offense that loves to put up points. An offense has not been stymied like this in the first half all season long.
You're right. That's a great point. It'll be interesting to see how these Dreadnoughts answer to this little bit of adversity, because they've not had a ton of it coming in.
Why don't they just go back to Johnson?
2nd and 20 is a long way, but another play action pass. I mean, that's what they really need to do right there, is have Johnson block for him a little bit. Arnett on the run overthrows his man. Juback was in the middle of the bunch of guys.
Now.
And now you had some shenanigans down on the sideline. It'll be interesting to see if anything comes of this, but Coach Jacobs is not happy about some extracurriculars down on the sideline after that ball was thrown.
Yeah, we got to see. I don't know if we had a camera angle on that, but watch Johnson as he's tied up. I think that's with McCoy. And McCoy is coming across. And you can see him at the top of the screen. So McCoy is still going. We lose that play. But guys, they're still going at it down there. And that's what caught the ire of the entire sideline of Dexter. And the penalty came in afterwards. I mean, because there was no tissue thrown first, and then Phil Jacobs yells at the officials, and now we're going to get it looks like there's going to be a penalty on the Pioneers.
Well, that flag was thrown downfield, though, too. It's still sitting there down by the 30, nowhere near where that initial issue happened, and they're waving that flag off, so irrelevant anyway. And there is a lot of Dexter faithful where we actually happen to be. Not super excited about that pickup.
That's one way that you don't want to wake up the Dexter team, is to get the Dexter parents upset, because they definitely saw that play. I think that play was out of the view of the officials because the ball was thrown downfield.
The ball was thrown downfield, and it was just on the sideline there where things were a little bit mucked up. You couldn't see anything.
If that was on the Pioneer sideline, nothing goes on, but it was on the Dexter sideline right in front of everybody. 3rd
and 20 now. Arnett looking downfield, another flag. He catches his man at the 25. He falls forward, probably with a first down.
Oh, this better be on Pioneer.
Another flag at the 45.
If this is on Dexter, you're about to hear it. You're about to hear it. These refs are going to have an escort at halftime.
It was enough yardage.
I feel like we've done more close-ups of the officials at this point than we have of almost any player. Definitely.
I don't know if that guy was set.
There's a discussion going on.
Because that's where the penalty came. It didn't look like he was set for a full second before they snapped the ball. And that's what the lineman is explaining to him, is that I love how parents and people in the stands don't understand the game and just boo their hearts out. But there was an illegal shift.
Well, you're right. Great call. Absolutely broke down that play. But this just shows not just the frustration of the players, but the frustration of the spectators as well.
Exactly. They're used to clapping. They were tailgating real tailgating style when I got here to the game an hour before the game. They're used to having everything go their way, and they came up out of the farm here to Ann Arbor, and things just aren't going the right way for Dexter right now.
3rd and 20 now, scrimmaging from the 49-yard line. They're still on the right side of the 50 for them. Quads right for Arnett. Don't see that very often. Handed off to Johnson nonetheless. Johnson makes a couple of guys miss. Pulled down at the 44-yard line. And this will be just a very long now for Dexter.
Great job there by Craig Newman, the linebacker, again coming in and just they're frustrating this Dexter offense, and that's exactly what Coach Griggs loves. Football, you don't look at records if you're a football player. You look at your opponent, and their opponent is the guys that they have to beat, not that record.
Right, they're looking at opponents, they're looking at matchups, even more on a micro level of that. What can we exploit? How can we get there? Plenty of time to kick that one away. That one's going to just keep bouncing. Yansane just let that one go, and it's going to be a long field in front of these Pioneers here.
And for the Pioneers, this is really scary because you're starting in your own red zone, and that's not where you want to be fancy with the ball. I'm up here screaming, hey, double reverse pass to the quarterback. No, you want to make sure you get 1 first down, and then if you punt it out of here, that's a victory.
Yeah, and thus far their run game has not had that explosive push to get them those 10 yards when they're in the shadows of their own goalposts.
I can't recall too many plays from the Pioneer offense. They've been on the sideline, it seems like, the entire game.
Yeah, and despite that, Dexter still with only the 1 touchdown lead. You're right exactly about that. Lon now with a man to his right, 4 wide. They're going to give it a try to throw it. Good pass into El Kakani, and a little bit of a pickup. That's what you want, little chunk.
Yeah, if Kakani and Farha are the 2 guys that I want to see the ball in their hands because they are playmakers.
Gets the grab.
2nd and 4 now, very manageable 4. You're away from that goal line. This opens up the playbook a little bit.
There you go.
Not
Get
taking
this first
that was
down,
a great pass from Lon. And I'm sure that he was hoping his wide receiver could make a play and get a little bit more yardage, but just the play drawn up as it was, very nicely done.
And it looks like Pioneers were really trying to shorten up this game by not snapping it fast, too.
Well, I wonder if they're going to try to draw these players offside as much as possible. Lon now trying to scramble away, gets out of the pocket before he tosses it away. Wise move there, being aware of his surroundings and aware of who is following him.
When you get outside the pocket, throw the ball away, QB. Great job. You don't lose any yardage, and you get a chance to get this first down. Smart play. The bad snap, though. Bad catch?
I'm going to say rough catch, because that was down low. It was no lower than his knees. It just hit his hands and came down. Might be getting a little chilly down there.
It might be chilly, but you are on the back of your goal line, so as a quarterback, you're thinking a lot of things going through your mind.
3rd and 4 now for the Pioneers. Lon back looking deep. He's got absolutely no one out there, though. Only player within earshot of anything happening was Drew Gerharder for the Dreadnoughts.
Yeah, and that's a surprising play with only 4 yards to go for Pioneer. Even scramble would have been in the playbook for me. But, of course, throw it up, chuck it up deep. I'm not a big fan of that call.
I mean, I've got no problem trying to hit a home run. I don't think anybody was waiting for that. Nobody was expecting that, but the execution of it needs to be a little tighter.
Yeah, you want to get that first down, too. But, like you said, nobody was in the vicinity. So it was almost like I'm throwing this one up for desperation.
Well, we've got a timeout, I believe, Pioneers, and they need to talk about punt protection. Because their first 2 punts were blocked. Right, and where you're at right now, you cannot have that happen.
No.
Again.
because any points right now is going to just ignite the sideline of the frustrated Dreadnoughts. You know, they're upset. Keep them upset at the officials. You know, do what you need to do, get this snap in, but everybody put a shoulder or a pad on somebody. Do not let anybody run through, because, as you said, we don't want to give up a quick points right here.
Yeah, I don't need the NCAA coach help. This is max protect. Max protect, get everybody out there. Like you said, no matter who you are, kid, you put a hand, a helmet, a body on anybody. Anybody and everybody.
And I'm surprised that Navarro is going back to receive it, and I know he's a fashion man, but I'd put Johnson back there right now just to get him going. I know he's probably not your regular punt returner, but
I mean, that would feel desperate for Dexter. Right?
They are winning. I got you on that.
Granted, they could be winning by a lot more, and some would even say they should be winning by a lot more. But there's no reason to get away from your standard stuff, I feel, yet. That one gets away. That is max protect, and that was kicked almost directly out of bounds.
That ball was going to bounce a lot more if it was kicked more inside the center of the field. It was a good kick, very good snap, and better protection for Pioneer. Either way, you didn't lose. You didn't give up any points.
A lot of little moral victories for the Pioneers right now, but they're running into the issue that I mentioned to you early on in the first quarter. Their defense has been out there so long.
No offense.
Right. The Pioneer.
No first downs.
Yep.
And that, like I said, when the Pioneer offense came out, I wasn't familiar with them. I've been just looking at their defense the entire time.
Yeah, we've definitely called a lot more about the Dexter offense than we have for Pie High.
Jack Vota in the backfield now.
Little dipsy-do around, jet sweep around. And that's Cole Navarro, who we were talking about, and who's the punt returner, but also on that wide receiver jet sweep around. And that's the kind of trick play that you want Pioneer to pull out of there.
Exactly. That's exactly what I'm thinking. You had a pulling tackle going the other way, so as a defender, you're thinking, oh, they're going to be running to the top side, the left side of the play. Whoops. Here we go with the reverse. All of that momentum had to stop and retract to go back, and there was no stopping Navarro.
Arnett now makes a couple of guys miss, gets his way up the middle, takes a shot for his efforts.
Did he take a shot or did he deliver a shot? Because he was still on his feet after that big hit.
Big chunk for the Dreadnoughts there, all on the feet of Arnett.
And this was a run all the way. I mean, because he looked like he was going to pass. It was an RPO, but he was running all the way. You saw the way he was inching towards the line of scrimmage, and he is a definitely threat. You said it already with his feet.
Well, and even when he pulled that ball back, he had no intention of throwing that. That was just a fake to throw those defenders off, which it did nicely. Got him in a little bit of extra space. Arnett now. Another QB keeper goes to the left. He sniffs the end zone and gets in there. Touchdown, Dexter. No laundry this time. It'll be a 13-0 lead as of right now.
Well, that Cooper Arnett, love to see him as far as, not when he's going against the Pioneers, but just check out this style. That was the exact way he did it the last play. He said, I'm going to put things in my own hands and I'm going to just run it on in. And look at all those defenders he went through. I mean, no blocking.
And I've got to feel like he called that at the line of scrimmage. He saw something that he could exploit. He knew exactly where he could go, pulled that one in, and just went for it.
Yeah, and it just looked like that drive was a drive that was on the sideline. We're scoring. And Dexter came in with a mentality, no penalties. They were clean. And they were going upfield each play.
And a really nice variety of plays as well, right? They were handing the ball off initially. They've had that jet sweep, throwing the ball a bit. Yeah, that was a really nice balanced drive for Dexter.
Kind of the offense we thought we'd see coming in after, hearing about this, 50-point scoring in the first half offense.
Ensuing extra point is good, and that makes it 14-0 Dexter. Pioneers have got to get something going here offensively.
They cannot go a 3-and-out or even 1 first down and allow their defense to come back out here. Defense has done a great job of not allowing this game to get out of control. They've been doing a good job not getting penalties on themselves, not having too many missed tackles. It's on the offense now. We got to balance this teeter-totter off, get it back in the center with your offense.
Right, and some of the plays they were going for, or even the mentality of let's try to draw them offside, that's great when it's just 7-0. Now it's 14-0. There needs to be a little bit more urgency in that offense.
Yeah, the plays that you're calling on this time are the best plays in the playbook and the ones that we looked at on film that we think we can exploit out of the Dexter defense.
Yeah, that's a great call. These are the plays that you feel best about, and these are the ones that are always getting it.
On October 18th, when we take
Farhad's back there with Yassine. Haven't said Farhad's name all night long.
No, you're correct about that. I mean, you've said it twice, but not because he's done anything down on the field. That one muffed initially by Yassine, but tried to cut that one back into the middle, but nowhere to go. He looked up and just saw a wave of white helmets and white jerseys, just this whole tidal wave coming at him.
Yeah, you're never going to beat on a punt return or kick return on the outside. You got to go north and south, and it takes a lot of guts to be back here. It's not, one, you got to catch the ball, but two, go straight upfield. Don't run to the sideline. Everybody's angle is going to catch up with you. He actually lost yardage on that effort.
Well, it seemed like he might have lost the ball in the lights a little bit. I've seen that play with outfielders a little bit. The ball gets high, he stepped forward, step back, some jump forward, jump back, and then just didn't quite come up cleanly with it.
Whoa.
Another one that hits line right there, and that might be a safety. That will, in fact, be a safety for the Dreadnoughts.
I think it's actually going to be a touchdown because when he was on the ground, the ball came loose. So let's check that again. It looked like 32 pounced on it. Cormier, let's check it. Is Cormier number 32? Watch this play. He goes down, but the ball is out, and 32 falls on it.
They're calling it. They're calling it a touchdown. I mean, that official was right there. It happened right in front of him. There's no doubt there. And the gong even suffered an issue there.
Yeah.
Get that kid. What are you doing?
Oh, good job by 72 getting down there and fixing that.
Jankovic there, yeah. That's good. That's good.
Well, he knows what's about to happen after the end of this play, right?
That's right. So that ends up being another touchdown for the Dreadnoughts.
But this is actually a double whammy because the quarterback got injured on the play, and he's going to the sideline. Pioneer cannot afford to lose another quarterback. Ronnie Lon, the junior, he came in actually, I believe, because the Pioneer quarterback previous had another injury, so they could be down to their third quarterback against this team.
Yeah, not the debut I would want to be making here this evening. Give me somebody a little less ferocious in front of me while I'm down 20-21-0.
But man, going back to that play, you're in the back of your end zone, and you know, ball security is number one, paramount.
Well, and that one's going to be, I'm probably going to call that one offsides. But yeah, that was this. We saw Lon a few times have some issues with those snaps, and they didn't seem like they were particularly.
They were good snaps. They were good snaps. And like you said, we had Stickum back in the day. I mean, that was a long time ago, but we definitely had saliva, and saliva is something that you can put on those hands and make it a little bit more sticky.
Extra point attempt coming up. No saliva involved for this kick, and that is good.
Kick is good. Dexter 21.
If you spit on your hands, does that really help you catch that much better?
I mean, you know.
You guys had gloves. You weren't playing in the 20s, bro.
No gloves. They didn't allow gloves for QBs back then. That was just strictly for defensive linemen, I think.
Okay. I mean, when you said we'd spit on our hands, and you know, hey, mate, I'll try anything at this point. I mean, really. I'm saying
between the last two, and I wonder how he got injured there, because it looked like he got rolled up on. Maybe his leg got caught while he was turning, which maybe precipitated him dropping that ball. You know, ow!
Yeah, that's exactly right. You get that stick of pain, and then suddenly you're thinking about holding that leg or holding that rib or something. Yeah, and then the ball's gone. Exactly right. All conjecture at this point. The Pie High faithful still looking rowdy. Still into
they're
it.
still in this game. It's only it's 3-score game, but you get 1 score because when they mucked the game up, Dexter was getting frustrated.
Full head of steam. That one caught and grabbed by Houston McCoy. McCoy tries to break outside before he's just leveled by a Dreadnought player along the sideline.
Yeah, it looks like that was Matthew Clayton, 31, that came in and just finished off that play. You see him walking slow at the bottom of the picture towards the sideline. But that was just bang, bang, bang for McCoy. McCoy, one of the better athletes on the Pioneer team, so I can see why he's back there returning kicks. But he's not a sprinter.
No, and that's the downfall of breaking a couple of tackles, right? You're slowing down, and now somebody's got you lined up from the other side of the field.
Interesting to see who comes out at quarterback for the Pioneers now.
Got a few options.
Is
it
it
might be 22, possibly?
Yeah, is that Burt Reynolds?
Casares, I believe, is 22. Or we got number 2 out there, excuse me.
Al-Kakani. Wow.
Yeah, that was Al-Kakani. He grabs that one off the turf, and he knows what to do with it. Just scampers past the 20-yard line. Yeah, Hamada Al-Kakani there. I don't know if this is their version of the Wildcat or if he's going to be back there actually trying to throw the ball.
Gain of 1, 2nd and 9.
I think 71, the center, he's not on our roster, or that might be Sam Frost, 74. It's hard to read these numbers for Pioneer, but he's snapping the ball pretty solid.
Yeah, he's got some pace on it. There's another handoff. Goes inside. That one, I believe, is Casares. Yeah, he's got some pace on those snaps, but I mean, they're not
right on
bad.
the money. They're right on the money.
And at worst, they're in his gut.
Yeah, and they're not high, they're not low. That's exactly where you want the ball coming at your gut. And if I'm the center, keep snapping it just like that. And it's not 74. I can't see the number totally on him. He never turns directly to us. But this is where you want to see on the outside for Pioneer. Al-Kakani uses feet.
Yeah, that's 79, Alex Bellers. El-Kakani now throw to the outside, hits his man, pulls forward, and that'll be a first down for Pie High.
And who they get the ball to? Farha. That's who I've been screaming to get him the ball all day long. And Malik finally gets the ball, and he does what he does best. He motors upfield. Still not a first down, though.
Makes the stop for Dexter.
You're still going to have to go for this if you're Pioneer. Good pass, solid pass, good breaking of the tackle there by Farha. They're bringing in the punt squad.
Yeah, it's 4th and short, but I don't know, just where you're at. You're going to call a timeout, Pioneer, maybe discuss a couple of things, maybe talk what team you want to put out there, or maybe talk a little fake punt action.
You know, it's so close. The momentum, you know, you need to keep your defense off the field. I would think something with Al-Kakani or Farha could maybe possibly squeeze you these 2 yards. Punting the ball is the wise thing to do. Let's not say that that isn't the wise thing to do. Momentum-wise, though, keep the ball and get some good feeling going on your sideline.
Yeah, you need the vibes to come back. You're exactly right about that. Try to get the momentum back on it. And it's homecoming, baby.
I was about to say the same thing, baby. I mean, it's homecoming and nobody is jumping up and down. They got the crowd is sitting on their seat. I mean, the pink out ain't working right now. The band is sitting there like, is it our turn yet? I mean, nothing is going on exciting on the Pioneer sideline.
Looks like another max protect punt as of right now. Oh, but that's a short snap to the right. He falls forward, and that's going to be a first down, and that is what the Pioneers need.
Buck it up.
Great play. That's right.
And that's what I was saying. Don't do conventional things at this game. Conventional will not get you a dub because, you know, you're not going stud for stud when you're looking at the line, the rosters. That's a great call by Coach Griggs. Can't understand why Dexter wasn't thinking fake alert, alert, alert.
I mean, maybe they were, but just the way that was snapped, they weren't thinking about that. Maybe they were thinking about the punter kicking. But going back to what you're saying, you're exactly right. Can you think back to all of the conventional plays that you ran? No, you can think back to those crazy plays on a homecoming night that got things going for you. That's a handoff outside number 22. Casares one more time.
Eduardo's going to have to turn that ball up north and south, too. He was running east and west. A lot of the Pioneer players are feeling that they can outrun the Dexter defenders by getting to the sideline. Nick, that ain't working tonight.
Second and 12, 5:50 to go still here in this first half. A lot of penalties, some timeouts. It has slowed the game down a bit, but the Pioneers are trying to get something moving here on homecoming. Al-Kakani gets that one, looks up, gets through the pocket, makes a man miss.
Oh, he broke an ankle.
Breaker.
Oh, my
Al-Kakani
goodness.
picks up the first down all by himself, and he refuses to go down. One of the smaller dudes on that field, and he's taken some Dexter players with him. And now this is a whole new situation that Dexter needs to plan for and think about and talk about defensively.
Yeah, and it started, and that's the second first down, but the first down, ouch, man. 13, I feel for you. You blew more than one tire. Sislo, he blew both tires on that one. That was a heck of a move. But that's what I'm talking about. Pioneer, you have some athletes. Let them do their job.
Yeah, get them the ball, let them work their magic, and big plays like that can happen. Not going to happen every time, but you're going to get things happening. Al-Kakani now started to follow his blockers, and I think that little bit of a hesitation was the thing that hurt him there.
Yeah, and again, this east-west is not working out for the Pioneers. They're doing their job, like on that fourth down, the fake punt, north-south. Ouch, look at that. Oh, my goodness, that's like a split, and you're not a cheerleader, 13. Oh, my goodness. He walked to the sideline after that play, actually.
I don't want to laugh at him, but it was almost comical the way that he was down and then just fell backwards.
Oh,
there was just nothing left. He's like, I'm over.
Give me
That's a great
trainer.
play. Good job by you, kid. Yeah, he's going to go over, ice up the knees a smidge. He'll be back out there.
This offense, though, is the best thing that the Pioneer can do right now. Get Al-Kakani the ball or Farha and let them work.
Well, we'll see if this is just going to be a gaggle of run plays or no. Al-Kakani aired it out up the middle. He's got his man number 6. Well played, though. They're going to call. There was a flag on the play. They're almost definitely calling pass interference on that. We're going to have to see the replay. The Dexter faithful says no.
It looked like there's a hand right on the shoulder pad from the Dexter defender the entire way, and he definitely impeded the receiver from catching this ball. I know the Dexter sideline and the parents don't like this call, but check this out, Nick. Great throw by Al-Kakani. Hand on the shoulder, right hand on the shoulder, right hand on the back. I mean, even number 6 looks over at the official and he says, "Are you going to call it?" He's got a handful of jersey.
Yeah, that right hand was almost giving him leverage to get the left hand,
he
left
pulled
part of the body
up.
Exactly. Right. Exactly right.
Great call there, and that's what I'm talking about. Certain times when you throw the ball deep, you actually don't need to complete the ball. You can actually get a penalty. Unfortunately for the Pioneers, this isn't the NFL, so you're not going to mark it where it was called at. You're only going to get 15 yards, but you keep the Dexter offense on the sideline, and you matriculate towards your goal line.
I mean, they've got to be jazzed to get 15 yards. Doesn't matter how you're getting it.
No.
And to be honest, that pass, I think, caught a lot of people off guard. I didn't think we were going to see an air out like that this entire game, and they went for it pretty early on.
Al-Kakani had a pretty good arm there.
Just all-around good athlete, seems like. Al-Kakani snaps, gets that one in his breadbasket. Short throw. Doesn't find his man, number 22. Doesn't find Casares again. Be second and long for the Pioneers. And they continue to not be in any hurry.
Let's break down this footwork by Al-Kakani. He does not step into the ball. He's throwing, he's going backwards. Horrible footwork. Now we know why he's an athlete and not a quarterback.
No, great job by you for seeing that initially. And then on the replay, it was there. It was not the best footwork, as you said. It was very scattered, very skittish, for lack of a better term.
Okay, whenever a quarterback whispers at the last second to a receiver, keep your eye on number 6. Bottom of the picture.
From the shotgun, 5 wide. Snaps, and he's looking right the whole way. Makes a man miss, gets away from those initial tacklers. Almost gets back to the initial line of scrimmage. Man, he almost had magic happening on that one, but that could have been real bad for the Pioneers.
It looked like the defensive end, Mateo Keepy comes in, number 15. He has full jersey. Oh, no, he whiffed on him. Looks like the linebacker had the full jersey on him. Al-Kakani, though, that's a positive play not to lose those 6 yards to get back to a 3rd and makeable.
And props to Nathan Gersh, who was the player that actually didn't fall for one of those ankle breaker moves, stuck with him, wrapped him up in enough time for the rest of his defensive players to come and bring him down.
Now this is 2-down territory. You're on your opponent's side of the 50. You don't have to get this entire 12 on this play.
Yeah, just pick up 4 or 5 here. 3rd and 8 upcoming for Pioneer. Raucous environment, flags out there.
They're going to call the false start, though. And we're going to try to get the hard count. I love what Al-Kakani's thought process was on it. We saw it earlier in the match, but this time let's see who moves.
Pioneer, 5-yard penalty, down remains the same. It'll be 3rd
Who moved?
and 17.
It looked like the guard there on the left, 70, let's call him 74.
I got to see that again.
across.
Let's slow that or speed it up again. I didn't see anybody move.
Oh, that was pretty close.
I didn't see anybody move.
That was awfully close.
I really didn't see anybody move on that
Are
play.
we talking makeup calls at this point?
I mean, the sideline of Dexter has really been working these officials, and they've really been doing a good job. And on that 3rd down play, I think Dexter was on to the hard count. So, I mean, they were calling it hard, stay down, watch the ball. But I really didn't see anybody move on that play. I'm perplexed on that one.
Okay, 3rd and 12. Still possibly 4-down territory for Pioneer.
The official just coming into the play because Coach Griggs lit into him about that call.
Loud environment on the away side stands over here.
Oh, the Dexter sideline is definitely trying to influence the Pioneers. They sound like the home team.
Low snap, Al-Kakani gets it, rolls right. He's got a lot of space in front of him, acting like he's going to throw it. He gets away, makes a first man miss, but still, he had so far to go. I mean, he picked up, what, maybe 2-3 yards?
He got about 8 yards, got to the line of scrimmage, and this is going to be a timeout on Dexter so they can salvage some time before halftime. Only 2:42 on the clock. Great job by Al-Kakani, though. He gets out here, and you're right. He was going to run this the entire time. He was pointing downfield to try to get Sorby to go back. But Chase Sorby came up. He read it, came up and slowed Al-Kakani down just enough for another Dreadnoughts to come in and finish him off.
Yeah, I didn't believe for a heartbeat that he was ever going to launch that ball. And honestly, why at that point, almost why even fake it? Just keep going, because those few extra slower steps might have been the difference between making those moves that he's got on that player more in the open field.
And that's defensive coordinator George Mikos in the middle there, talking to the defensive linemen there, actually some of the linebackers. Great player for the Pioneers back in the day, and even a better coach now for the Dreadnoughts. Right now, though, for the Pioneers, 4th and 10? Nick, I'm still saying keep the ball on the offensive side. I know a lot of people say punt it and make them go the long field. Dexter, long field, that's just extra yardage for them in the stat book. Put some pressure on them if I'm the offense for Pioneer and make them play defense, make them jump off sides. There's a lot of things that can happen.
Yeah, I'm completely on your bandwagon there. It looks like Coach Griggs is as well. Let's double down. Let's go for it. Let's just keep it rolling and see where the chips may fall. And I'll stop making gambling references now.
And Al-Kakani with his feet can make something happen as well.
Man in motion in front of Al-Kakani. Couple of drop back, finds a man in the middle, man falls down, caught, first down, Pioneer.
I might have to apply for a coaching job.
This could be your resume right here.
I'm seriously right here. You're on the side of the 50. You're on a backup quarterback. You don't need to put your defense back there out on the field to get shredded. Do the best you can, throw the ball downfield, and something good just may happen.
And, I mean, number 7, that's Grant Goodrich, fell down, and that probably is what happened, but that's what happens. That's what happens when you take these shots.
Yeah, you put the official in a position to either go in his pocket or for you to make a play. I mean, that's being aggressive. I love that coaching style by Coach Griggs.
And now this is the sustained drive that the Pioneers needed. Flag in the backfield. They're going to call
delay a game, I believe. Yeah, and that's usually, I know what Pioneer's trying to do. Run this clock down as much as they possibly can, but the back official. The quarterback's looking directly at him. Once he puts his hand in the air, snap the ball.
Well, and running the clock down is all well and good, but there's only 1:58 left. It's not like they're exactly knocking on the door. They need to try to do their best to get in that end zone. Exactly.
They have to get points off of this drive.
Right you are. El Kakani from the shotgun, 4-5 wide as per usual. Man to his right, low snap. Looking, G's just going to go for it up the gut, obviously.
Why not?
And another big chunk play for El Kakani. He makes up his mind fast, and that's the idea.
Oh, I mean, everything he does is fast. Quick moves. Watch his legs here. Wham! And he's through that hole in a heartbeat, making people miss. The first guy, good luck bringing him down.
Yeah, he felt just the semblance of a hole in front of him, and he's gone. 2nd and 5 now, clock ticking down, 1:25 to go as it continues to drop down.
And Pioneers have one timeout, Dexter does as well.
El Kakani going left, looking for his man into the corner, up, well defended by Dexter.
Was that number 21? Was that Mitchell Ward, junior? Or was that 20? Yeah. Jacob McDonald. Watch his defense. I love the pass, though. I love the pass. Throw it into the corner. He threw it right at the pylon, where if your man doesn't catch it, nobody catches it.
And El Kakani's fun to watch back there. That's just a full body throw. Chucked that up to really where he needed to be, but just expertly defended by Dexter. 3rd and 5. Ball continues to be on the 15-yard line. Pioneers looking around, making sure this play call is what the doctor ordered.
Dexter showing blitz.
Showing blitz, but they pulled off. El Kakani to the right. Ball
He's got room.
held like a
He's got room.
thread. And
there he
touchdown, says the official right through it. Hamada El Kakani comes in and leads the Pioneer to their first touchdown of the game.
And you know, this drive, Nick, could have stalled at midfield, but Pioneer went for it on 4th down with a backup quarterback in. They still believe in themselves, and that's going to carry into the halftime. That shut up the entire Dexter sideline. No more cowbells.
Stunned silence over on this side and a rocking effort over on the Pioneer side of things.
I think there's somebody did a...
Like a smoke bomb or a smoke something, not a bomb, we won't call it that, but smoke something. And here we got a broken play. Toss it out into the middle. It looked like he had a hand on it, but man, just threw it into the wrong area there.
I thought it was a reveal.
Oh, gender reveal.
I thought it was a boy. I thought it was a boy.
Maybe. Yeah, you'll see that going on at a lot of soccer games. You'll see that down at DCFC.
Throwing up the powder. Okay.
Usually makes for a nice picture, I can tell it that.
Call it a LeBron.
Yeah, yeah, something like that. It's not the talcum powder, yeah.
Huge drive, though. Huge drive for the Pioneers. Got themselves back into this ball game. You know, they lose their quarterback, and they gave up a touchdown. Besides that, this could have been a one-score game.
Well, that entire drive comes down to mentality. It's like you said, they wanted to go for it. They wanted to be aggressive and make something happen and maybe make some memorable plays for themselves. And that drive was exactly that. You're right. They could have just punted the ball away and then who knows what happens. But they wanted to be aggressive. And it was the mentality. It was the aggressive quarterback.
Yeah.
Aggressive play calling. And the Pioneers have got a lot going for them right now.
That drive, they didn't have a first down before that drive. And that first down off of the 4th down when they were lining up the punt, fake punt, that was a determining factor for Pioneers staying in this ball game. Man, that was the perfect time to do an onside kick. I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
Well, I mean, maybe tonight's the night. Maybe tonight's the night that it works. Maybe Pioneers got the mojo going. That one is kicked off. Grabbed at the 10-yard line, trying to go right. As you said, the east-west just is not the way to return a kick.
No, Goodrich. Oh, what did they call on that? That was a late flag that came in there.
Might be a...
Was it face mask?
Face mask would be my thought.
The only thing I could think of. because it came from the back, Judge, and he threw it in there hard as the runner was going down to the ground. I didn't see a helmet or anything move.
I'll tell you, come the second half, well, we'll take a look at this again.
Yeah, you see Goodrich, cut up the field. He's trying to go east-west.
And as part of the homecoming weekend, a real special.
He tackled him too hard?
Didn't seem face masky there.
And it came maybe a block in the back or something. Let's see if there's a block in the back late. Illegal block in the, oh, they called against Pioneer. I didn't see what the call was, though.
So I tell you, it wouldn't hurt my feelings if these referees spit on their hands at halftime and had a little stickiness to the flags.
They're letting them fly.
If we could get 30% less flags in the second half, I would be a happier guy.
Yeah, I really didn't see what the call was there, but it's only a 5-yard penalty on the Pioneers. They definitely cannot let this high-powered offense get in the end zone before halftime.
And they're more than capable of doing it. There's the first pass up the middle. Fingertips knocked on it, but yeah, that's aggressive, being Dexter being aggressive. They are more than capable of running down the field and scoring in 49 seconds.
I think number 6 gets his hands on this one. He gets up in the air. Actually, that was 5 on that play, Gary. Then just as we're in a replay, this is what we're going to see.
No, it doesn't take long for Dexter to eat up chunks of field. There's the handoff to Ronnie Johnson. Speaking of getting chunks of field, Johnson gets to the outside, and there's only the sideline can slow him up at this point.
37 seconds left. They're going to start the clock after the ball's spot. The chain gang can't even keep up with the way Dexter's running up and down the field. Nobody can touch Johnson on that play. It looks like they might get a timeout. There has one left. What's the hold up here? It might be Pioneer calling timeout to slow things down because they were definitely on the bad side of a roller coaster.
Yeah, it's really tough. I mean, Dexter, even when things aren't necessary, they're moving the ball pretty fast regardless, right? They're going no huddle. They don't need to go slowly. They come up to the line of scrimmage knowing exactly what the next 3 plays are, it seems like. So in this situation, they're more than comfortable enough going for it.
They're almost like a mixture of a team that has a lot of speed, but they're powerful as well. I mean, so when they're going fast, they're getting to the line of scrimmage, you're out of breath, and they're just bowling you over. And then they got this running back that's going to be doing this in the Big Ten next year. So I mean, they're not playing with somebody that's a scrub. This guy's a stud.
Yeah, bowling you over is no joke. Ronnie Johnson, I mean, we've seen it for 3 years now. He's just gets the ball, fearless, strong, quick, and it feels like we've hardly called his name.
No, actually, it's been Arnett. Arnett's been the guy this first half. The quarterback's really been doing the job.
Arnett play action. He's harassed in the backfield. That one comes up. There's Johnson, though, makes the catch, turns around, and he finds the end zone. Touchdown, Ronnie Johnson. Second of the night.
Wow, look at these blocks downfield. Jankovic, 72. I think it's Finch, number 70. They led the way for you, Johnson. But good job by Arnett here. He sees the pressure coming in. This is a screen pass all the way. He lets that pressure get to him before he drops that pass on. And then look at those blocks downfield. Ugh. Winder.
Yeah, those downfield
Winder.
blocks made it.
Watch Winder, 74. You talked about him at the beginning of the game. He's at the beginning of the top of the play. Woo, boy.
Yeah, just pancaking dudes upfield.
And it's exactly what we were talking about. You can't let Dexter get back on the board. Just erased all of that good feeling you had before you just scored maybe 2 minutes ago on the actual game regular clock.
Yeah, that one did not take long. All the 38 seconds of actual game clock.
4 plays?
Yep. Yeah, impressive work by Dexter on that drive, and just meticulous, right? Whether it's throwing the ball, chunk play. Yep.
And you're right. It doesn't matter if you're throwing the ball, because get the ball in that Ronnie Johnson's hands. First, he runs it for about 18, 20 yards. Then he catches the screen passes and finishes over what he started, about another 30-yard jaunt into the end zone.
Saw the Pie High faithful a moment ago. Stunned is the best word I have for that group.
Yeah, I mean, again, you're coming right off of a touchdown where everybody was jumping up and down. The band's right to take the field for a halftime show. And I'd be surprised Dexter might even kick an onside kick here and get the ball again.
28 seconds now to go here in this first half. Dexter ready to kick that one away. High and deep. Fielded at about the 10-yard line, number 12. Houston McCoy one more time. Makes a couple of guys miss. Gets to about the 22-yard line.
Yeah, good job as far as scooping that ball up and getting as much as you could out of that play for McCoy.
Yeah, no need to try to get fancy with that one. Just go forward, get everything you can. Don't take any time off the clock because you do have 20 seconds to maybe make some more magic happen.
And don't take a knee here. I mean, a lot of coaches come out, oh, let's go in. You have a backup quarterback in, throw the ball downfield. You've seen how these officials are loose with the flags. You might be able to get down into, what's that, a drone?
It's got to be a drone. The way the lights are blinking. Or it could be an UFO, yeah. Or UAP is what they're calling them now.
I'm looking at it.
Unidentified
it's scaring
aerial
me.
phenomena. That's right. Yeah, looks good. Probably got a good angle on that.
Oh, he's at the 50-yard line. See what I mean? You get plays. You get from they just took a knee. They took a knee.
I mean, for what it's worth, they do get the ball at half, but that's, to me, almost all the more reason to give it a ride.
And, well, one good thing that we'll see coming in, it looked like Ryan Lon did take the knee. He's standing out there next to the official, wondering why he's not going to the locker room. You see Eve Claire coming out there to talk to the officials. She might want to say a word or two.
And Pioneer is heading into the locker room here at half. We're not going to head into the locker room. We still got a lot to talk about and a lot to prepare for second half action. Stick around on CTN Sports Game of the Week.
As well as its callbacks to funkified hits of the nostalgic 70s and 80s. We should also note that tonight's homecoming is the first back at Pioneer for our new directors, Mr. Elliot Pollitt and Mr. Henry Blackson McCullough. Our first tune was this rock group's return to the airwaves after a year-long hiatus. This pop metal anthem dominated the airwaves and shot up to the Billboard Top 10 and led them to Save Rock and Roll with their #1 album that followed. The Pioneer Marching Band presents Fall Out Boy's My Songs Know What You Did in Dark. They're known as Light 'Em Up. Our next song was the debut single for the band DNCE. Inspired by the disco and funk hits of the 1970s, this song, led by Joe Jonas, was another smash hit, which launched DNCE into the stratosphere. Now, here's the 2015 sweet treat, Cake by the Ocean. Now we present another modern throwback from iconic singer Bruno Mars, who performed and recorded this 2014 callback to that Minneapolis sound of the 80s. With an infectious bass line, beats, and catchy lyrics, it quickly became a global sensation. This hit that ice cold. Here's Uptown Funk, conducted by our drum major, Valentina Carcassi. Let's give one more hand to our drum major, Valentina Carcassi. popular stand tune for the Pioneer Marching Band of the early 2010s, when Mr. Paul and Mr. McCallum were young members in the marching band. From the Grammy-winning Black Eyed Peas, this critically acclaimed hit became the most downloaded song on the iTunes Store. Talk about a throwback. And eventually becoming one of the highest-selling singles ever. Grab your iPods and check your Facebook walls. Here's the Black Eyed Peas, I Gotta Feel It. Let's give it up for your Ann Arbor Pioneer Marching Band! The Pioneer Marching Band would like to thank the parents of the Pioneer Band Association for their support in tonight's halftime show. So stay tuned for more homecoming festivities.
I'm Dana Denha, host of Ann Arbor's news magazine program, FYI. Tune in every week for new episodes featuring a variety of topics on the city and county.
And here we are looking down once again on Holloway Field on the campus of Pioneer High School. CTN Sports Game of the Week, Dexter Dreadnoughts up 28-6, just took the wind out of the sails at the end there, Kev.
Yeah, that sailboat is just docked. I swear. I mean, and Pioneer did a great job of matriculating down the field, taking over the momentum, scoring with only a little bit of time on the clock. But there was still time on the clock, and the Dreadnoughts really just, they did what they do best.
And Dexter had perfect confidence on that drive. They knew they could get down there, and they did it quickly and efficiently. Pioneer, they kicked away in the first half, so they receive here, take the ball out to about the 30-yard line, and we'll see who's going to be under center for the Pioneers, although we got somebody down there. Jansen, he's returned just about every kick that we've seen.
Yeah,
he gets up of his own accord, though.
Yeah, good to see him jogging off. He's one of the athletes that a Pioneer really has to do a job of the second half, Nick, and that's getting the ball into the athlete's hands. Interesting to see who will be under center. And it looks like
El Kakani out there.
Yeah.
Number 2, there he is. Flanked by Houston McCoy, number 12, another athlete.
Yeah.
A guy that we've seen a lot on the defensive end of things. Man in motion, high. And there might have been a little bit of confusion there where the ball was going, and at least
Did the ball go off the guy in motion?
It seemed like that was going to be the game plan, but I don't know if everybody was on the same page there.
I mean, it went right in the breadbasket, or was that Al Kakani slapping his hands trying to time it up well? Because you said the center has been peppering the ball back to the quarterback.
Yeah, that's probably the best term I think we've come up for it so far. I'm not looking for any more synonyms after that. You're spot on there.
And that is Sam Frost, number 74.
2nd and 15 now. The Pioneers need to get something going. That's not the play you want to start the second half off with. There's El Kakani. Hands that one off, but there's Farhad. That's Farhad. You mentioned it.
Oh, that's going to be an illegal block. That was a blindside block by Al Kakani. I mean, those are the type of penalties that you can't have because, you know, that might slow this game down there.
That might be the type of play you get kicked out for.
Yeah, I mean, that's something that, I mean, let's look at this play again. I mean, he's coming back in, and wow. I mean, you got to turn. Let's look at that one again slowly, because if the player has his shoulder pad in front, I mean, the play is going to be violent. This is football, folks. But the way it's called is if you can see it, man, and that's very, very close for Al Kakani. I'm not saying it wasn't a penalty. Very, very close, because he has two shoulders in front of number 5. Look at that. I see it's violent, and you can't get players hurt out here. This is high school. This isn't the professional league. But again, that's close to not being a call.
And that's Connor Robeson there. Gets up of his own accord, knocks the dust off, gets off to the sideline. I think we'll see more from him this evening. Now we'll see what the call is.
Yeah, look at Phil Jacobs out there. He wants Al Kakani out of the game. And it went to the second down. And look at Al Kakani. Look at Jacobs. He is out there, and they're trying to get him back to the sidelines now because he is not a happy camper.
No, Jacobs is letting him know, and he also knows at this point, like, he is aware he's not going to get what he wants, but if he keeps this act up,
he's going to
get well, there's that.
Gonna get
but he might get something his way next time around. Something else is close.
Yeah, but you know, he already got the penalty. Just because he didn't get the player ejected is not something that you need to be out there, you know, parading up and down the field on. Get back to the sideline.
El Kakani takes that one, sees a little bit of daylight in front of him. And those Dexter Dreadnought players are going to be more than happy to put a hit on him after the previous play.
Yeah, and this is where the officials are going to have to step up and now take control of the game, because they allowed it with the, you know, that call. It was just gaslighting the sideline for Dexter, and they definitely are upset.
Yeah, you're
look
exactly
at everybody
right.
jumping on the pile.
Exactly. I mean, you can see that was going to happen. You knew that was going to happen. You're right. The officials need to step in. They need to talk to everybody, but coaches, players, sidelines.
That's what I was saying about the coach. If you're the coach, you're the head of you're the head of the team. You got the penalty. Walk to the sideline. Let the players know. Calm down. We're winning.
2nd and 27. El Kakani one more time. He comes up throwing right at a man. That's number 7. That's Goodrich there for Dexter. El Kakani sends it in there, and the Dreadnoughts will take over on offense.
Boy, man,
yeah, Goodrich is gonna be pretty happy about that one.
Wow.
Oh, ready for the gong.
You ready for it? You ready for it? You ready for it? Yeah, you knew that one was coming. Yeah, I mean, that was one of the only times we've heard the gong.
It's first time season premiere of the gong for us.
There was a touchdown turnover. We didn't see it on that one, but I you know what? Pioneer better be ready for a splash play right here. Dexter wants to put this one in the end zone. There is a penalty on the play, though. There is a penalty, and I think it's post-possession. I think all of that antics on the sideline.
Celebration, yep.
Yeah, going back to the sideline by Goodrich earned him that penalty. Because you saw it came from that sideline, too, the Pioneer sideline.
Yeah. I could paint these dudes' faces from memory at this point. We've seen so much of them.
Larry, Curly, and Mo, and Shemp. I mean, we've got them all there. He's waving the flag off after all of that.
And I think that's the was that the conversation? Is just, it was fine. That celebration was totally fine. No worries.
I think that linesman hadn't been on camera yet.
Oh,
and
yeah.
He definitely needed a little FaceTime.
That makes sense. All right. 10:09 to go here in this third quarter. Dexter now taking over with a full head of steam. Hands off to Ronnie Johnson. Head of steam. Perfect transition into that.
Yeah, and that's he's the equalizer. And this is they're just going to go no huddle now, so no time to even analyze it.
Second and short. Arnett there into the middle, bounced away, well defended, although maybe not. Pass interference likely upcoming for the Pioneers.
On that play, it was Yassine who was shadowing the receiver, and you can see Yassine was all in there. And actually, that was 7 on the play. Was that Jang? And he's sitting there right there. He's yelling that should not be a penalty. Man, these officials are taking their time.
Well, one dude's got a notebook. He's been pretty hardcore into the notebook tonight. I didn't mention it earlier, but I've seen it a couple of times. I guess I should have mentioned it earlier. I'm really interested about what's going on in there. I kind of picture him. He's like Jack from Titanic.
Don't wave this off. I love that Jack from the Titanic. Look at Griggs. Coach Griggs is like, really?
Not happy.
Yeah, Griggs, turn your back to the officials now and walk off. I mean, he's definitely not happy. And even on that replay, you saw that the Pioneer defender was Jang. He was on the good side. Didn't look like he came through the defender at either.
No, it was tough to see there. And here we go, 1st and 10, ball on the 21-yard line.
Oh, wait a minute, number 5.
It looked like there was almost
a kick.
That was definitely a kick, right? Like
number 5 just put a kick in there.
I don't think he didn't put a lot of power into it, but that was
but you still can't do that. He's got to get out of the game. Watch this at the end of the play. Number 5 come in here. Oh, come on now. That's not football. That's not even a sport. Number 5 should not be on the field any longer, and that was horrible.
Of all the things to finally not throw a flag, that would have been one of them. Johnson, though, nonplussed by getting kicked in the knee, catches that one out of the backfield, rolls out of bounds at about the 3-yard line. I couldn't tell you the last time I saw a play like that.
Nick, that was straight up dirty. You don't do that in football. You're losing. If you can't play the game, the sideline is waiting for you. You don't lose your composure and kick somebody. I hope Dexter takes a look at that, because he shouldn't be out on the field.
Man, I'm speechless. I don't know what to say. There's another Ronnie Johnson touchdown. He's got the trifecta now, the hat trick for Johnson. Thankfully, no harm, no foul definitely no foul, but no harm. Johnson was fine. Anybody else down there was fine, and Johnson just continues to rumble forward and score touchdowns.
And Johnson here, he really just takes everybody to the end zone.
Oh, just dragged 3 dudes in and then just broke free.
But look, he's been there so many times. He knows I've scored. Just throw the ball to the official and act like you've been here.
Which he has a lot tonight. Extra point good for the Dreadnoughts.
Dexter 36. Pioneer 6. Excuse me, Dexter 35.
Yeah, and right now, Nick, you can see the Pioneer sideline quiet. Even the Dexter sideline quiet. Everybody's really just upset at the 6 officials out there on the field. That's what everybody has an issue with.
That's the common bond that they can all rally around. Yeah, you can see one last time, hopefully, on this one, as Johnson got dragged down.
Yeah, that's just a bad play there. And even if I'm Coach Griggs and I'm watching this tape, Christian Gary, and I keep saying his name because I want him to understand that's not the way you play football, man. Football is a sport that you only get so many opportunities. You can't play rec football after you get out of high school. This is a precious thing.
Yeah, you're right. Play it right, play it the correct way. Hold your head up high in wins and losses.
I mean, before the game, I was talking to Mike, one of the camera guys. I was telling him football is a lifelong thing. You learn these things and it carries on in life.
There we see it run right up the gut. Is that Yansane? Yansane one more time.
And again, the Pioneer definitely has athletes out there. You got to get these guys the ball and not try to, and you saw Yatsing, he went north and south that time. We were talking about him going east and west.
Well, and I take it back. That was number 3. That was Akram Farha.
Oh, see, yeah,
so that was a different player, different
Farha
mentality.
Knows. He sniffs the end zone when he wakes up in the morning.
Makes the stop for Dexter.
Pioneers coming out of that huddle. And they've got to get something going here.
Yeah, it definitely do. And you know that it's a one-trick pony right now with Al-Kakani. I'd like to see more Farha or even someone else involved in the offense.
Trips to his left. That clap and receiving the ball. Pocket collapses around him. Al-Kakani on his way. Brought down about the 35-yard line.
Oh, wow. This is getting real chippy. I really would love to see some of the officials come together and get the captains to come out to talk to their teams to say, hey, guys, a lot of time on the clock. We don't need this to get chippy. Watch this play at the end here. He comes in. Al-Kakani gets wrapped up, and then there's some extracurriculars going on. Watch the helmet. Watch the helmet. Watch the helmet.
Second and 4.
Look, he's trying to pull his head off.
36-yard line.
Yeah, and those are obviously the things that can happen when you get those big scrums going down. It's really easy to lose a lot of things in that big mass of humanity. Second and 4 now. Al-Kakani on the run. Hits his man in stride. That'll be a first down for the Pioneers.
Well, you can definitely see there's some quarterbacking in the playbook for Al-Kakani because that was a quarterback play there. Throwing the ball on the move, hit him in between the numbers.
Yeah, not easy to do what he just pulled off there. It feels like the more simpler passes are the ones that he has a hard time with, whether it's setting his feet or whatever it may be.
Where he has to sit and think a little bit. That's he gets in trouble reacting. And football's about that. I mean, when you start thinking, you stop.
Pioneers now 43-yard line. 5 wide. Al-Kakani gets rid of it real quick. He's going to try to get around it again, but the Dreadnoughts are not having that. Another big hit, and that was high-ish. No penalty flag thrown, but I think we're getting, once again, dangerously close. This chippiness continues.
Yeah, the pass here, the run there by Metzak. He ran 60 yards and got 1 on the stat sheet, and a real big bruise.
Yeah, at the end there, just for his trouble. Second and 12 upcoming.
And Pioneer needs to speed this thing up. They're going so slow. I mean, they're acting like they're just trying to run out the clock. Good run.
Al-Kakani, as per usual, makes a guy or two miss. Doesn't go out of bounds. It's tough to see. He was not past the sideline, but stopped up short. And again, just opportunities for these Dreadnought players to put the hits on the quarterback, and you don't want that happening if you're the Pioneer offense.
Yeah, the Pioneer offense playbook, though, Nick, has gotten really short. And, you know, they really aren't exploring any type of plays that are making the Dexter defense think. they're in a base defense, and they're just teeing off on the offense.
Well, and Al-Kakani does have an arm. We've seen him air it out. Like you said, we've seen him throw on the run. He can make some plays as far as that goes. It's just a matter of, I don't know if the receivers are not getting open. I don't know if this Dexter defense is disguising what they're doing so well that he's unable to want to throw the ball. 3rd and long now, rolls out of the pocket. He's got men in front of him acting like he's going to throw it, but still runs into just the Wall O Dreadnoughts.
Yeah, that is not a, it's really not a offense. That is really just, I'm going to go back, I'm going to look around, and then I'm going to run. And at this level of football, you definitely should have a play, even when you lose your starting quarterback, because right now, he's running for his life.
And Matthew Clayton make the stop for Dexter.
Jeez.
Right, he's running for his life, and that type of play might work against some teams. It ain't flying against Dexter.
Well,
this defense is too good, they're too talented.
And they're smart.
Yep.
So, I mean, they're definitely not getting out of position. They're just dropping 8 in coverage.
4th and 5, Pioneers going for it. Caution to the wind, they continue to roll those dice on offense. See if they can continue a little of that magic from the first half. Al-Kakani got space, but he's got several spies looking at him. Throws it, hits his man, but offs his hands.
That's been that type of night for the
Gonzaga again.
Pioneers. I mean, right when Al-Kakani has the man open, finds him and hits him in the numbers, the ball falls out.
And I'll say a lot of good things about this Dexter defense, the defensive coordinator right now. They're ready for Al-Kakani to come out there and run. They've got multiple spies on him. They're ready for him and still covering the guys downfield. I mean, they're spread wide. They've got 4, 5 guys out there, and they're still managing to spy the quarterback and cover their area. They're doing a really nice job.
And only bringing 4 on the rush.
Well, he seems quick to run, so they don't need to bring more than that. Arnett now brought down in the backfield. And this has been the one consistent for the Pioneers. That D-line has been really, really good. And you got a guy down on the double A's.
Dembuya, Mohamed Dembuya. We said his name a bunch of times in basketball games. A couple times here early, and it looks like he is cramping up really bad. Boy, the trainers are really taking their time getting out there, though, right?
Taking their time. Yeah, he's just kind of left out to dry.
Get up.
There we go.
Kyle looks like our director. I thought that was our director out there telling. Get up on your feet, kid.
I think it was the glasses he had on this afternoon is what that
oh, my goodness.
Wow.
They don't have a cart? I thought I saw Eve riding around in a cart out here all day long. And
can't you recruit another dude, like one other person, like, hey, you, go, come on,
none
go
of his
grab him.
teammates wanted to help him off the
I
field.
don't think they even
The
noticed.
trainer didn't want to help him off the field. Sorry for laughing, but that's funny.
Presumably just a cramp. We could laugh about a cramp.
I'll laugh about a cramp and the way they handled it.
But yeah,
Wow.
like what, you get one other dude, get one teammate, one other guy in a black shirt and black helmet out there to help him out.
All that money on the cart.
Looks nice. Looks fast.
It's
shiny.
sitting there. I mean,
Shiny.
the cart is just, nobody is manning the cart. Maybe that's it. The driver's not. Driver hit the bathroom at the wrong time.
Oh, man, when that person gets out. Hey, did I miss anything? Yeah. Your time to shine.
Yeah, Eve's going to grab that key back from
That's
that
right.
driver.
Gain of 5 on the play.
Still 3rd and long here, upcoming for
You
the
said that a
Dreadnoughts.
lot tonight about Dexter's offense.
Yes, but they're still up by 30 points. Arnett hits his man right at the stick, but we'll see where the spot is going to be put.
Oh, that's a bad mark. I knew the fans were going to get on that. He caught it above the line. We'll see that on the replay.
To be fair, it for sure felt a lot closer than where that spot was.
Let's see. Arnett, good job, man. I'm impressed with him as a QB.
3rd and 9.
And it looks like he got tackled backwards. His forward progress was above the line.
And another flag upcoming.
Offsides. Yeah, hard count.
Yeah, going back to Arnett, you're right. Just a really poised quarterback.
He
Really
truly
poised. He sees the field well. He's making great decisions.
First down.
And look at him on the roll here. I mean, he's looking, he has a man in front of him, but he's not open enough for the first down. He wanted the guy that was downfield.
Well, and he was being chased too, but he didn't drop the ball down and just go for it. He knew that he had somebody out there, and he had the opportunity to make a throw to get the first down.
Man, on that replay when you were talking, I was looking at the right leg of the receiver there. It looked like he might have been out of bounds before he touched the ball.
Very possible.
But we don't need another flag. I'm just saying.
Arnett back now. Looking, got a penalty flag in the backfield there. I'm going to go ahead and say that's going to be another hold.
That might be a penalty on the offense there, the way the defender is laying on his back. Let's see if we catch a penalty on the bottom of the play here. Number 7, he's blocking him, and he just slams him to the ground. He threw him to the ground. And is that 66 for Pioneer? Ashford?
I think, yes.
He's gotten up and he's walking off, which is good.
But yeah, he got wrestled to the ground pretty hardcore. I'm glad he got his pants taken care of there as well.
Yeah, at least the Coach Griggs is out there helping an injured player off the field. Can't say anything about the trainers. Where's that cart?
Cart's still in the exact same spot. It's in the cart spot.
Somebody must have took the key home with them. They left early or something at halftime.
I mean, you're hung up on the cart. It's really easy for you to go get it. Not you, but like a teammate.
No. I got a job to do.
Yeah, it'd be really tough for you or me, but like another dude. White pants, dark shirts, dark helmets. Go help that kid out.
Flag on the play.
A little rare confusion for the Dreadnoughts here. Like they seem to be this entire game moving forward with the utmost confidence and knowing exactly what was next and next and next. See, and there's a lot of confusion down there. There's a lot of confusion all around, it feels.
Well, sometimes people, they get confused with the false start with the legal procedure. I want to look at that play again because they might have been lined up illegally, but they usually call that penalty after the play is snapped, not before. So I didn't see, do we have 5-4 in the backfield? 1, 2, 3. We got 4 in the backfield. Not sure. Nobody moved. Are they calling it when they looked up? They looked up to the sideline. The top official, the linesman, called the penalty as when everyone looked up to the sideline. That's a legal play, sir.
Not tonight. And that one is hit and caught Jaden Juback. Juback just feels like the lost toy in all of this. Like he can catch, he can make plays, and it just seems like he hasn't had a chance to shine as much as usual. I mean, it's tough. You got so many weapons.
It's hard. Yeah. It's almost like you got to wait your turn if you're on the Dexter roster. And it's not like they want to get 3rd and short ever. They like 3rd and longs.
3rd and 30 upcoming. And everybody looks like just go route, go. Arnett's going to try to pick up a little bit in and of his own accord, but there was no posts, no hitches, just dudes just ran. Yeah, that was an old school lunch play.
Yeah. Everybody go on that go route. But I don't think they were going to punt anyway, so that was a good run there. He's at the 35-yard line. 4th and 12. We've seen this Dexter team make longer first downs off of this.
Oh yeah, picking up 18 on that, almost like it was nothing. You're right, 4th and 12, they're going for it.
And Pioneer's offense has been stuck in the mud anyway, so why not go for it? Oh, here we go.
Trickeration, the double flea flicker, and Arnett's got his man wide open, and that's Juback with the catch and the touchdown. And my forgotten toy gets it on some super duper trickeration by Dexter.
I mean, the pass was incredible. Wait till you see the replay, because Arnett had somebody right in his grill, and he throws a seed downfield. Watch this. I mean, he's getting hit going backwards. Wide open was number 1.
Johnson to Navarra, back to Arnett, and like you said, just threw the perfect bean down there to Juback. Kick is up, extra point good, and that will be 42-6 now. And the Pioneers reeling in every sense of the word. And just the guts to call that play on 4th and long is amazing. And it was executed as close to perfect as you can get.
I love trick plays. I always say a coach has to come to every game with the trick play, and that's a perfect call on that down and distance. I mean, you're in your opponent's territory, so if you don't make it, so what? I send my defense out. But if you do make it, I'm getting everybody on the sidelines up, and they're doing their dancing because they love trick plays on the sideline when they're successful, Nick.
And especially a play like that had everybody involved. Multiple players in the backfield. Great throw. That wide receiver that we were talking about. That offensive line that kept everybody clean. Everybody's involved in the trick play. And you can kind of already see down there under the tent, everybody's in there probably pointing and looking like, hey, did that work? Did that work? Look at that. Look at that. That's you. That's me. I did that. There's a little something for everybody on that one.
Yeah, and now as they're leaving the tent, they're happy about this because it's 1, 2, and the execution on that. Picture perfect.
Yeah, that Pioneer secondary was caught completely off guard by that. I think we were all caught off guard by that.
Yeah, I knew they were going to go for it, but to do that type of play, that's incredible.
Yeah, gutsy call and executed to perfection for the Dreadnoughts. And dare I say that the route is on here on Holloway Field.
Homecoming isn't the way they drew it up here. I mean, this is not the way that. I always used to say, maybe it's a new school thing, and I'm so old I don't know about it, but you don't schedule these type of squads on a homecoming, especially back in the day.
Yeah, you want either your fiercest rival or just the cuppiest of cupcakes.
Man, these officials are throwing their arms out with these flags.
And in the meantime, between that, ball hit the turf, picked up by the Dreadnoughts, but it's hard to say. Oh,
Pioneer does have
did,
the
in
ball.
fact, he kept the ball, kept possession.
Clock running.
And let's see if we can see. Yeah, Metzog, and not sure the player for
Clock will stop for penalties.
for
Sislo?
Dexter.
Was that Sislo?
Sislo?
I believe
But
so.
again, you know this was going to happen with two different things. One, a lot of penalties. Two, these two schools don't like each other. And then three, there's been so much chirping going out on the field, and coaches and officials haven't stopped that.
No, you're right, and plays like that are going to continue until you get that stoppage, until you get that conversation. And I gotta think that's gonna be happening soon. I'm not sure where all of our friends are. Oh, they're still just talking to each other.
Yeah, they're trying to figure out whether. I thought that the penalties were going to be on both teams, so they'd be offsetting, right?
I would assume so. I mean, both of those kids were at it, unless you did the old retaliation. I saw the second one.
Or just give the personal foul to Pioneer.
The penalty that's half the distance to the goal.
I mean, he did it. I mean, he did stuff.
Oh,
so
he definitely
there was
did
the chip at the end. So,
but you think, Nick, on these type of nights that certain things when it's not out of control, you let it go. But the officials had an opportunity to, like I say, bring captains together, talk to the head coaches, calm this whole thing down.
no, I don't hate it. It's going to slow things down a bit, but in the long run, hopefully keeps everybody safe, healthy, and we all live to see another day.
Yeah, definitely, because, these teams are not finished as far as the season. Both of them are in great position for the postseason. So, Pioneer did lose their quarterback tonight, which is horrible. But, now you're getting some reps for Al-Kakani, and he's really been electric behind the center. I love the way that he's made things happen when nothing's going on.
Yeah, and this is an interesting tryout, per se, to see what he can do, what his capabilities are, so you can game plan for him in the future. Speaking of Al-Kakani, 3 to his left, blocking running back to his left as well, presumably. Good snap, sees his opportunity through the pocket, but continues to be brought down by multiple players. It's not easy to bring him down with one guy, but the Dreadnoughts have got the right idea. Just whoever that first person is, don't get juked out of your shorts. Just get a hand on him, and I'll have a teammate over with me anytime.
Yeah, and guys like this, got to cover that ball up next time while he's running out there. That thing is out there like it's about to get snapped out of his hands.
He's done that a few times.
Yeah, he's
done that
letting
a few
it hang out
times.
there loose. But, again, the playbook is so short right now for Pioneer. Dexter's doing the thing that they need to do.
And with that, we'll call it quits for the third quarter. One more to go here on CTN Sports Game of the Week.
Welcome to Ward Talk with our host, Bonnie Gabowitz. Each episode, we interview city leaders on the challenges, successes, and future of Ann Arbor. The mayor and 10 city council members share their insights on where we've been and where we're going. In that time, many changes happen, so tune in to War Talk every month to stay in the know. You can submit questions for our guests to ctn@a2gov.org, and we'll include your questions in the next episode. Senior Moments provides valuable information for senior citizens on issues such as health, personal care, transportation, finance, and entertainment. With in-depth interviews and providing coverage of events and activities at senior centers in the Ann Arbor, Ypsilanti area. Senior Moments, meeting the needs of senior citizens. Tune in on CTN Channel 16 and online at youtube.com/CTN Ann Arbor.
And welcome back, everybody, to Holloway Field on the campus of Pioneer High School. Nick Wisniewski along with Kevin the Mayor Bryant, all Dexter Dreadnoughts in this one, Kev.
Yeah, it has been. It's a spoiler for the homecoming crowd, but I love to see the student section of the Pioneers. They're still in the house supporting their team. And it's a pink out. Maybe they're not jumping, going crazy, but they're still in the house, and good to see that.
Yeah, still hanging in there. El Kakani now hits Farhad, but Farhad nothing to do. This Dexter defense has really turned the corner here in the second half. It feels like their zone is just completely dialed in. They're doing gang tackling. They're keeping players in front of them. Just everything about this defense is really good.
Wow, good catch there by Al-Kakani on that snap. We've been saying it all night, all those hot snaps. But you're right, as far as that Dexter defense, they're stepping back. They're just playing that no doubles defense, right? I mean, we got to mention the Tigers, the way they've been playing. No doubles defense and keeping them in the game by not allowing Pioneer to get behind them.
Yeah, but nonetheless, they are still creating pressure, too. I mean, El-Kakani is consistently having to run the ball. And that one's number 12. There's Houston McCoy. We've talked about him an awful lot tonight. Gets out, but as you mentioned so many times, you're not beating this Dexter defense out around that corner. It's just not going to be a thing.
No, and Coach Mikos, he's really the Dexter defensive coordinator. Kind of upset off of that last play just because it got on the outside of like what we've been saying, and he is just having his players trying to guard the perimeter. This is 2-down territory for 4-down territory right now for the remainder of the game for the Pioneers.
Yeah, I don't see them punting too much moving forward. It'd have to be a pretty extreme situation. And honestly, their punting in the first half had some problems with the pass protection or punt protection anyway, so why go back to that? That one high off the fingertips over McCoy. And now with 4th and 1 upcoming. You know what, though? I like that pass. I like the pass play.
Yep.
You know, try for something that has a big opportunity to hit for a home run.
See, that's the thing I keep watching. I'm an old quarterback, old quarterback, but it starts with your feet. It always starts with your footwork. If you look at it, his feet were pointing towards the sideline, and not towards the guy that he's throwing to. So he needs to throw the ball upfield, lead the guy, and follow through into the pass.
Yeah, you joke about being an old quarterback, but like the classics never go out of style, right? Like
Yeah,
the
you gotta start
fundamentals
with
are fundamentals regardless. So you're right, the footwork is going to be really important, and I'm sure that the Pioneer sideline is going to be watching him and taking note of this for future games as well. Al-Kakani gets that one, hands that one off, run up the middle. Maybe not the home run they were going for, but I mean, great job up front by that offensive line of the Pioneers.
Good job on that left side for the offensive line. You know, they did a good job of pushing forward and falling forward. Big number 58 out there. I see him, Sean Garcia. He's the tackle up there on the side. You can see him just pushing and pushing and pushing. We don't say enough about the lineman. That's why you got to get his name in there.
That's right. That's their time to shine. He can go back holding his head up, held up high, saying, "I helped that first down big time." There's the clap, and Al-Kakani got it, still holding that ball out like a loaf of bread, up over the defense. He had a man if he leads him a little bit more, but Lowenschutz maybe down there.
Yeah, and Al-Kakani was pointing like, you got to keep going, because he has the arm. He's like, you get behind the defender, I'll get you the pill. Yeah, the loaf of bread out there. Well, watch this wonder toss. He tossed it out there. He had some throw on that ball.
He did, and again, Lowenschutz had both of those players beat. So if he just has like maybe another step, he just overthrew him just a little bit, that could have been the big play that the Pioneers could rally around.
Now you see more of the Dexter defenders going in and out of the game. Putting in some second and third stringers. Sorry about that.
Oh, that's all right. Yeah, I mean, Pioneer, they continue with their methodic offense. Nothing too rushed. Nothing rushed except Al-Kakani in his runs. Pulls forward. If he doesn't get it, it's awfully close.
I tell you what, he leaves everything out on the field.
He does. He plays hard. He goes hard. Makes guys miss. Throws hard.
Yeah, he's one of the leaders of the team, of course. I mean, he's showing it with his athletic ability that the game's not over. I mean, yeah, maybe on the scoreboard, but our season isn't over, guys. That's what I'm talking about when I say the game.
Well, and you talk about him being a leader. I'm sure he didn't wake up this morning, eat his Wheaties, thinking he was going to be quarterback tonight.
Exactly. Thought he'd be a playmaker more.
Right. This was probably not what he thought coming into the game, but here he is, and this is how he's got to lead.
Hamada Al-Kahani gets
Al-Kahani, keeper there, and he gets the first down.
And see, this is what we've been mentioning when the game was still a contest, Nick, is that you can't go conventional against this Dexter team. They're ready for you. So now you have a scrambling quarterback that, you know, is not just sitting in the pocket. He's making things happen with his feet as well.
Yeah, and I mean, if you think about it, maybe this is putting the rest of the SEC on notice. Hey, they've got this quarterback that does all this now, and he's kind of got a cannon. So
I was about to say the same thing. Yeah.
I haven't seen a yellow flag in a minute, though.
No, especially not from that linesman up there.
Almost forgot that it was a thing.
That'd be a false
moving
start.
Along so smoothly.
Man, you know, and it's weird because it looks like they called that on the motion man setting. Watch the motion man set. It looked like a lineman up there to kind of move just a hair. I think it was a tackle.
A little bit of a wince on one of those tackles up there on the right side. You're right.
It wasn't Garcia, though.
That'll bring up 1st and 15. 6 minutes to go here in this one. Pioneers used a lot of men in motion here in the second half, and that one gets handed off one more time to Houston McCoy.
And see McCoy running that way. He still needs to go north and south. I understand what he's doing. He's trying to get to the edge. But look at the blockers. The blocker at 74 had lost his man to the outside. You need to put that outside foot into the ground and cut up north.
No, those Dexter linebackers aren't having it. They're absolutely ready for that to happen. So yeah, you need to start thinking about A-gaps as opposed to going out around the outside.
And I'm still wondering why they're not throwing the ball deep again, because you're getting either a penalty or a success.
What if I were to tell you we're in for that right here on this play? El Kakani does
Oh,
his best
yeah,
to scoop
here
that
you
one
go.
off. He's got some time, and there he
There
goes.
you
Deep to
go.
a man, wide open.
Oh,
it's
there you
number
go.
11. Toby Callias there hits him off his hands,
Oh.
and he's going to sadly be thinking about this one tonight in bed. Tomorrow over breakfast, and
don't want
tomorrow
to see
at
this
the
one
dance.
again. Watch this, off a bad snap finally. El Kakani keeps his head downfield and drops a seed right into the breadbasket. Oh, and look, he threw his hands the wrong way.
I think right about half a second earlier, he got twisted up a little bit, and you're right.
He turned his hands the
were
wrong
right.
way. He put the thumbs up when you're supposed to catch it in the breadbasket over the shoulder.
Yeah, I think he just got a little discombobulated there, and that threw off the whole jam. El Kakani finds some space again. Maybe he can find somebody downfield, but Dexter, as per usual, their defense stout, has everybody covered down there this time. They're not falling for that play 2 times in a row.
Nah, Matthew Clayton was just tracking, and it kind of looks like you're saying, they're in a zone defense, so all eyes are going to be on Al Kakani, no matter what side of the field he's running on. And so as he's trying to get downfield, or still look upfield, he still just doesn't have anyone to go to, and then just coming in just like a blur with that tackle was 31.
Kind of got a little something extra for his efforts there.
Yeah, I mean, my one play, and I haven't seen it, is Farha, you go deep. I'm going to throw the ball to you.
No, you're right. You're exactly right. Other than a throw down into the corner that one time then near the end of the first half, that's pretty much it on that situation. And you got a couple of weak side men coming in there. And that one's tipped and picked off by the Dexter Dreadnoughts. Gong ensuing, and Dexter could not be more in charge of this game as of right now.
Yeah, I think that was Richards, the sophomore who got that pickoff, kind of just went over the head of Farha. We called that play that it was going to be Farha.
Gong handed off and executed to perfection. Dude, did you see the guy with his helmet still on headbutt his teammate who did not have a helmet on?
But the teammate just took it like a champ.
He ran with it.
Overthrown just a tad bit. That's a hard throw moving to your left side for a right-handed quarterback.
He was looking for Farha, though. He heard you up here.
That's the guy he needed to try to get the ball in his hands earlier. And maybe something different could have happened tonight for these Pioneers. It's just been the same old, though, when you run up against this Dexter team.
Yeah, this Dexter team's as consistent as you're going to get. I think one of the only teams a little more consistent than Dexter. CTN Sports Game of the Week crew. So many good guys out there tonight making all of these replays happen, making all these shots happen in the cold, doing everything, running cables and all these things to bring you this excellent game that you can check out on YouTube or any of our socials. Got to give it up to Katsumi Tim Nagai, Mike Koski, Mike Davis on camera tonight. Audio replay is Mitch Mazer. Of course, our boss, Roster, Rob Cross down there in the truck. I'm Nick Wasinski along with Kevin Bryan. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for sticking with us. And then you've got just stick with us a little bit more. Check out our socials. Check out twitter.com. Check out YouTube, our YouTube channel. You can see all of this. And for some behind-the-scenes action, check out the Instagram as well.
I think they call it IG.
That is probably what it's called.
They call it IG.
Makes the tackle.
To be fair, though, honestly, if we think that's probably not true. If we're hip to it, there's no way they call it that, right?
Hey, as my 33-year-old son said, okay. Dad, you're out of the demo.
You see that last play, ran it up the gut on the ground there. That was Jack Vota. Vota we saw a little bit in previous games as well.
Exactly.
Just no room for him tonight. Just one weapon that couldn't be used.
It's just so many. If you look at the Dexter sideline, they have 50-plus players, so it's hard to crack into the starters out there. And the starters, the second string, they're pretty good.
Well, as we always say that's the difference between a program and a team. This program just keeps churning out these really excellent players. They get their opportunities when they can, and that's why they've been such a solid team for these last 5 years or so. Just top cream of the crop here in the SEC Red.
And not a lot of people moving into the area to go there, like Celine, and getting a forfeit games.
And as things wrapping up here, only 4 seconds to go. Once again, thank you for joining us here on CTN Sports Game of the Week. That will do it for this one. Final score will be 42-6. Dexter Dreadnoughts put on a clinic here on Pioneers Homecoming. It was an excellent game, Kev. Can you sum it up for us any better?
You know, it was too much of the officials for my taste, but, you know, Pioneer was going to go uphill against this Dreadnought team from the beginning. They started out well that first quarter, got into the second quarter. If they would have held that Dexter team out of the end zone after they got their points, I think we would have had a different second half, Nick.
I think you might be right. Once again, thank you, everybody, for joining us from the campus of Pioneer High School. I'm Nick Wisniewski for Kevin Bryant. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to CTN Sports Game of the Week.